main event of the evening. 40-year-old Mitrione against 35-year-old Bader.
You got a 25-pound difference. I don't think that's a big problem, but that 79-inch reach, that is a problem that Bader's gonna have to deal with.
With the official introductions, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator MMA live on Paramount Network from Mohegan Sun. The time has come for the semifinal round tonight. Main event, 3 5-minute rounds in the Heavyweight World Grand Prix. Sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation. Chairman is Kevin Brown. Chief of the Mohegan Tribe, Lynn Malerba. Supervising at cage side, Mr. Mike Mazzulli. The first of our semis is brought to you tonight by Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories. And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 6'2", weighing in, 229.5 pounds, in pursuit of his second belt, the reigning Bellator Light Heavyweight World Champion enters with 25 professional victories, 5 losses, fighting out of Gilbert, Arizona, presenting Ryan Darth Bader. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner, at 6'3", weighing in, 255 pounds, even, undefeated at 4-0. Inside the Bellator cage, he brings a total of 13 professional victories, 5 defeats. From Springfield, Illinois, he fights out of West Lafayette, Indiana, introducing Matt Mitrione. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, Todd Anderson.
Gentlemen, we've gone over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. If you wish to touch gloves, do so now. Back in your corners.
They're friends, they're buddies, but not tonight. Ryan Bader, 2-time Division I All-American wrestler at Arizona State. 3-time Pac-10 champion, over 120 collegiate wins. Matt Mitrione spent many years in the National Football League. Here we go! Tonight's Fight Card brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories. Red gloves for the southpaw, the right-handed southpaw Mitrione, blue gloves for Ryan Bader, and boom, there's the shot, there's the first takedown.
And you're looking at, Bader did exactly what we've been talking about. He's been coming out, jumping towards the middle. Matt tried to take the middle of the cage. Bader puts him on his back. This is Bader's world right now.
You can talk about the knockouts and falling in love with his hands, but Ryan Bader's also a smart guy. And that's the best place to put Mitrione.
Exactly. Look at, take away all that power. And you saw when Bader decided to come up, he's holding the leg, keeping the leg so he cannot get himself back up. Again, look at the arm, controlling the leg. Bader is a master at this. He is incredibly good at keeping people on the ground.
Mitrione trying to work his way back up. He's got to be careful not to be taken back down.
Right now, it's impressive that Matt's got himself back to his feet, but this is going to be the grind. And this is when Matt was talking about how horrible the camp was. It was this type of grind that he was having to do every day, and now he's doing it in the cage against Bader.
One leg in, back to half guard at least. This is what Josh Thompson was talking about.
Look at
Bader's ability to stay all over his opponent.
And look at the left hand of Bader. Look at what it's doing, lacing that wrist, bringing his wrist over. He's starting to control Matt Mitrione's wrist, opening up with that left hand. This is what he does so well.
To the body. Bader has that leg free. Now he utilizes it to lace his opponent like you talked about, John, and keep the control.
Yeah, and this is when we're talking about the grind. This is the grind. Matt Mitrione is having to work very hard. He's burning a lot of energy, getting himself back to his feet. And then when he gets back to his feet, if Ryan Bader takes him back down, it was all for naught.
3 for 3. Just like that.
This is what I would say Mitrione should do. Start utilizing that fence, start to wall walk, and get yourself turning so Bader has to turn his hands, let go of his hands to try to create and turn the position.
Midway point of round number 1. This fight scheduled for 3 rounds. If we had a draw at the end of 15 minutes, we would have a sudden victory round. But all Bader Wrestling 101 ground and pound thus far.
When we talk about fighting and wearing a guy down or taking them into deep waters, this is exactly what Ryan Bader is doing right now with Matt Mitrione. He is making him work. He's making him work in areas that he's not comfortable. Matt on his feet can go all day long, but in this position, Ryan is slowly taking away the gas of Matt Mitrione. He's in trouble right now.
Big shots here. Could he finish it? Right here, right now. Ryan Bader all over Matt Mitrione.
Mitrione's got to move. There you go. If he doesn't move, he's going to be asking the referee to stop the fight. So when you start to open up, even though you're going to get hit, I've got to change the position. Take a look at Ryan Bader's right arm. Look what it's doing with the right hand of Mitrione. It's trapped in there, and he cannot do anything with his right hand.
And then when Matt looks to protect his head, Bader goes to the body.
See how that hand is holding that arm back? That is creating nothing but problems for Matt Mitrione.
Big shots by Ryan Bader.
This is where I said when Ryan Bader gets guys on the ground, look at, he's so technically good now on the ground. He is that guy he's like Khabib. When Khabib gets on top of you, he just has a flow, and it's a wave that does not stop.
A lot of body shots thrown by Bader. 45 seconds. Mitrione literally trying to survive this first round.
Bader using that head as a third arm. What Matt Mitrione is trying to do, he's trying to get himself to that second round so he can get back to his feet and hopefully land a big shot on Ryan Bader.
20 seconds. Again, a shot to the face of Matt Mitrione. 10 seconds. Huge round 1 for the light heavyweight champion, Ryan Bader. Mercedes and Lindsay, we all jump on a bus after our show tonight, head to Long Island. Who will fight in the finals, Ryan Bader or Matt Mitrione? That, Big John, was a 10-8.
That was a 10-8 round, no doubt about it. Ryan Bader damaged him, and he dominated him in that round.
And Ryan Bader has never lost a decision. Mitrione comes out swinging.
And Matt put himself exactly where he cannot put himself, up against the fence. Don't overextend.
And Bader on top again. Coming into the fight with King Mo, Ryan Bader said he felt better than he's ever felt in his life. He's coming off the fastest 2-mile run ever. Said he even feels better coming into this fight tonight, and man, does he look like that thus far.
He does. You know, he put a lot of energy out in that first round, Mike, and look at him. He's still going strong, which is saying he is in shape. He's got the arm in a nice position right now. He just needs to take his time. You can get the Kimura from here, but you've got to be smart in the way you do it since his legs are not in the right position, but he can still create pressure on Matt Mitrione. He let go of it.
Bader, if you're a wrestler right now, Bader utilizing the Turk. Trying to pin that arm down.
How often has he done that in his life? This is what we're talking about. You just don't learn how to stop the wrestling that he has done for his entire life in an 8-week camp. You can learn stuff, but your ability to make it work for you becomes very difficult.
Big shots by Bader. Don't forget, go to the Bellator app. Download it now if you don't have it. We will have our Bellator 207 post show from the Miller Lite Fight Desk. Interviews to break the night down. That is coming up after our live show here on the Bellator app.
You can see Bader doing the same thing. He's going back to the same things because they work for him. Look at him with wrist control. even when Matt Mitrione turns, he's got wrist control holding that arm down. This,
oh my.
Now he can start to create problems.
Does he have it? Matt
Does not have it yet,
tapped.
but he needs to get it up, bend that arm at the elbow. If he can bend it at the elbow or bring his leg over Matt's head to extend Matt's arm, he's got a good chance of catching this Kimura.
Mitrione almost tapped. You saw it.
It was close.
Bader doing his thing that he's been doing since age 7, wrestling. Dominant so far against Mitrione.
And I want you to think about how much offense are you seeing out of Matt Mitrione in this fight so far? 0. And that's why you're getting these dominant rounds. Ryan Bader is doing everything offensive, and Matt is trying to stop it because it's just this, again, this wave that just keeps flowing over the top of you, and it seems almost impossible to stop. He's got nothing with that leg.
Nope. And Bader fighting through everything. Embrace the grind.
And this is when you're looking at the fight and you're saying Matt Mitrione's got such good movement, he does. But then he tries to just get that moment, that little thing, and he overextends, ends up next to the fence. Ryan Bader's into him, and he has been on his butt now for the entire round because of that overextension at the beginning.
Just smothering attack by Ryan Bader. Added 10 pounds of muscle. Longer strength and conditioning, he said, for this fight. But mentally, he is in a different place. He is on a different stratosphere than he was earlier in his career.
And what becomes so hard right now for Matt Mitrione, Matt is in shape. He has been working here, so you know that he's been through the grind, but he's tired now, so his ability to explode up is basically gone because of all of that pressure that Ryan Bader has brought.
In the full guard now. Doesn't mean Ryan can't posture up and do damage. Thought it was very interesting, John, when you brought up to Ryan about him training with Stipe Miocic for the Daniel Cormier fight. He said, man, I hung in there with Stipe, and when I left Cleveland, Ohio, I had the confidence that I truly am one of the best heavyweights in the world. And so far,
he's proven
so good. Better than so good for Bader. Another dominant round by the All-American wrestler out of Arizona State.
This Kimura attempt starts to put pressure on Matt Mitrione's shoulder. You can see the pressure. He starts to bring his hand up, thinking about tapping. He doesn't do it. You got to give him credit for gutting through that.
Third and final round. Bader shoots and scores again.
There's your blast double. And look at, it's so hard to stop, especially when you've been beat on for 10 minutes, and now you're trying to move your feet. It's hard to get out of that way.
5-fight win streak. 4 wins by knockout. Big John scorecard, another 10-8 round for Ryan Darth Bader.
Look at when you have no offense for 5 minutes. That's domination. He is dominating, and there's duration to it. The judges should be giving Ryan Bader that credit. I look at Matt Mitrione, he needs to either knock out or submit Ryan Bader if he wants to win this fight.
As I mentioned earlier, Bader has never lost a decision. 10-0 in 3-round fights that have gone the distance. Now 11 minutes without offense for Mitrione.
And Matt right now, he needs to take the big chance. I know it's like you're just trying to hold on for a little bit to say, just give me I'm gonna get to a better position. That better position is not gonna come with Ryan Bader on top of you right now. Being in guard, he likes being in guard. He's got you against the fence, and he can sit here and pound on you for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds to the end of this fight.
And this is what Chael Sonnen is going to look to do to Fedor tomorrow night live right here on Paramount.
Yeah, but the big difference for Chael is Fedor has a ground game. He is a submission master, and I can tell you his hips are explosive. He's not going to just sit in guard. This is a position if Chael wants to be successful, get to half guard, get to side control, and he can do damage to Fedor.
Ryan looking for a finish here. 3 minutes on the clock.
Again, look at that lace of that right arm. Ryan Bader has got that down. He does that just without even thinking about it anymore.
Man, does Matt even have the energy to get back up?
No, it is so humbling to be in this position where you're working your butt off to fight, and this guy keeps on bringing you back down, taking you down, trying to get up. He did, and he's right back down.
He had the leg lace.
Exactly.
He had the leg lace.
Exactly.
Josh was talking about chaining his wrestling together. Man, oh man, what a performance by Ryan Bader. Past the midway point of our third and final round.
You have to be so impressed with what Ryan Bader has done in this fight, and you have to be impressed with Matt Mitrione that he is still hanging in here trying. After all the damage he has taken, all the punishment, he has not given up.
Under 2. Bader's pace has been outstanding as well.
Which is proving that all those things he was talking about, the 6-minute mile, all that, it's true because he has put out some energy here tonight and he has not slowed down.
Winner of 10 of his last 11, trying to make Bellator history to become the first man to hold 2 belts simultaneously.
See, a lot of guys in this position, they're going to look to go and try to bring that hook over. Bader's comfortable where he's at. He's a wrestler and he's going, oh, I like this Turk position. This is where I want to be. This is where I can do damage. I don't even care about mount.
Mitrione won't go away, but still no offense for Matt Mitrione. Everything just nullified and neutralized by Darth Bader. Full mount. Up against the cage right in front of us. 50 seconds away from the finals. His holds just happen to be what I am really good at.
Oh, no doubt about it. We've talked about it. We said, look, the problem with this is Mitrione's weaknesses are, that's Bader's strength. And so he's got to work his way past that. That's not an easy thing to do.
Game, set, match. In 20 seconds. And another shot. He drags him back down.
It's like being drowned. It's a horrible feeling. I give Matt Mitrione nothing but props. He has hung in here against an incredible fighter in Ryan Bader and what he's done tonight.
Ryan Bader is in the finals of the Heavyweight World Grand Prix. Dominant performance by the light heavyweight champion. Our official decision is coming up next. And then there were 3. Ryan Bader is the first finalist in the Heavyweight World Grand Prix. To make it official, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the official judges' scorecards, we go to Dave Peabody, scoring at 30-25. David Torelli, 30-24. Judge Eric Colon, 30-25. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision. Now advancing to the finals of the Heavyweight World Grand Prix, Ryan "Darth" Bader.
Big John will visit with the finalists.
Ryan, that was an incredibly dominant display against a very tough guy in Matt Mitrione. Let's talk about that first round. You were lacing his legs. You were letting him get up. He was bringing him right back down. Talk about the round.
Yeah, you know, I'm fighting a 255-pound guy right here. Get on top of him, use what I know, what's best for that game plan right there, taking him down, starting to punish him more and more and more. You know, there were 10-8 rounds every round there, you know, and so it's just, I don't like to fight like that. You know, but you got to take what you got.
Well, in taking what you got, you had a dominant performance against Matt. Now you know that you are moving on as the finalist in the heavyweight Grand Prix. You know the fight tomorrow night is Chael Sonnen and Fedor. Who is it that you want to see win that fight so you get them in the cage?
Man, they both pose different styles, you know, but if I'm a fan of the sport, I grew up watching this, and a Grand Prix style tournament to fight Fedor for the heavyweight championship of the world. Let's go.
Well, I want to congratulate you on being the guy that gets a chance to be the first 2 division champion at the same time. That was an outstanding performance. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Ryan Darth Bader.